Hi, welcome to TEC Bike Parts. As we make a lot of parts of these bikes, we really go into them in depth. And there's a couple of little things that always bugged me on this bike from the start. And I'm going to show you a couple of cheap little fixes for them. First of all is the rear chain adjusters. The standard rear chain adjuster always looked a bit of a lash up to me. It's got a flanged M8 nut with another flanged M8 nut on top with these exposed threads, which are probably going to go rusty or you'll catch your hands on whatever. Now I was going to redesign something else made out of stainless or something, and I thought, always with engineering problems there's already a simple solution out there. So I thought, I put my thinking in and I thought, oh, I've got just the thing in my bolts box. Basically you just use an M8 stainless steel stud joiner. Put the nut off. And pop that on. Serves exactly the same purpose, but it gets rid of the ugly threads. You've got a stainless steel part on the back there now. I was going to make some of these turned up with a nice dome on the end, but to be honest, I don't think it's worth the effort for when these are just available quite easily. So it's a penny's fix for what was quite an ugly thing on the bike. And especially when you put a different exhaust system on, you can see these. It gives a much more elegant solution to the problem without costing a fortune. It's pennies, like I say. Right, the next thing that was really bugging me on these bikes, and I've had a bit of a rant on in the past about it, is the footrest position on the left-hand side. I don't know if they've fixed it yet on them, but every Interceptor I've looked at, the left-hand footrest sticks out at about 5 to 10 degrees. In which case it pushes the left-hand foot peg and the gear lever sticking out, and there's a big gap between the frame. Now, the problem is the threaded inserts in the frame not at right angles to the centre line of the frame. They're actually bent back slightly, about 5 degrees. It's a manufacturing issue on the frame. And we were going to make alloy footrest plates for them, and we simply couldn't work to that bad tolerance. It varied that much from bike to bike. Now, again, there's always an easy, cheap engineering solution to something because somebody's had a similar problem before. So I sat down and thought about it, and it was really quite simple, really. I used stainless steel shim wedge washers. Now, these are quite hard to get hold of, and they can be quite expensive, but I've found a source for them. Now, if you look at them, they actually come in varying thicknesses in the pack, but on this flat edge here, that's what we'd call the thin edge of the wedge. They're actually wedge shaped in side profile, which allow you to fit something to a non-flat surface. Now all you simply do, if you come around this side, if you look closely you'll see I've got one on the outside and one on the inside, and I've fitted them diametrically opposite each other. So the thick end of the wedge is thick end of the wedges at that side, and the thick end of the wedges at that side on this side. So basically when you pull it in, it pulls the footrest over, and you see it pulls it right into the frame. Now the problem is on this, it's partially the casting is out. I don't know if it's just distorted, and these are out here as well. But normally you've got a massive gap here. This is sticking out about here because it's at the end of this, which is 6 degrees out, and it just looks blinking awful. And everybody I've pointed it out to on the bike saying, I wish you hadn't said that because I can't stop looking at it. But anyway, it's a relatively simple fix. 4 of those washers. What I've found on some bikes is you've got to file the holes a bit fore and aft oval because they're so far out that it jams the bolt as it's trying to pull it forward. But that you can either use a drill or a file just to make the hole a little bit oval. One of them actually is oval and the other one's round, but you just have to file it out a little bit. I've done that with this one. I've filed one of them and it's a much better fit. Like I see, I've lost this ugly gap here, the fact that the foot peg sticks out at an angle, and more of the gear lever seems to be stuck out in mid-air here, and a little thing like that can just make a huge difference to the way the bike looks and the quality of the bike. But relatively simple and cheap fix. If you're struggling to get some, I've got some. Send me an email, I can sort you some out. So there you have it, a couple of relatively inexpensive fixes that can just change the quality look of the bike and feel of the bike for virtually nothing. Keep an eye on our website. We will be still making new parts for these bikes as we work our way through it. Lots of tuning going on with it. We're eventually moving on with the tuning. Again, we've done a separate series on that and the new exhaust system. Lots more parts in the pipeline, but we're keeping them sort of secret now until they're actually ready for sale, and we'll do a product launch on them. So thanks for watching by now, and see you later.